We have landed at Cuiabá Airport from Sao Paulo. Now we are waiting to collect our luggage and then we can start our Pantanal safari tour. Okay, we are going to the supermarket to buy some water. We are at a place called Poconi, which is about 2 hours drive away from Cuiabá Airport. We are staying here for 2 nights and all the safari here are land-based. We jump into an open jeep and spot mammals and birds along the way. It is super dusty here and I got sore throat from inhaling all the dust, so best to bring along some masks and wear them. In Pocone, we stay in this lodge called Posoda Piuva. They have a farmland which is as big as 7,000 acres. Super big. This is our room. And there's a fridge. Okay. Not bad.
Opa! Ah, não acredito. Picture.
We are on our afternoon safari. It's been 2 hours so far, and we have seen tapir and king vultures. According to our guide, the king vultures is super rare. We are very lucky. We still got 1.5 hours more to go for this afternoon safari. Hopefully, you can see the anteater. All of these are termite mounds. It means the anteaters can have buffet all year round. This is definitely a great spot to see them.
Just one? Where's the partner? Very rare to see one single.
Good morning! Now we are getting ready for our 5:30 sunrise safari, which will last about 1.5 hours. After that, we'll come back here for breakfast before heading out again for our morning safari. Pretty excited. The guide told us sunrise we should see the birds and some of the animals starting to wake up. The weather is cool. Hoping to able to spot more wildlife now. Okay, going to start our tour. He said there's a hot coffee waiting for us. So let's go. Okay. Thank you. You can see the sun or light starting coming out, but it's still very dark.
This area here is this. It was a huge lake, the Baía do Pioval.
After 1 hour plus, they let us down and walk around this wetland. It's very fresh, feels good. Still a bit cold because the sun is not really out with all the cloud. We are going to climb this tower and hopefully we can see some birds and also the landscape of this Pantanal wetland. It's very steep. We are back from the morning safari, which lasts about 3 hours. Now it's about 11 a.m. We have a 1 hour break before our lunch at 12. We didn't see the anteater or even the rare armadillo. In fact, we didn't see any mammals, but we see a lot of birds and one hollow monkey. Hopefully, we have better luck in the afternoon safari. So afternoon safari starts from 3:30 p.m. all the way to 7 p.m. after the sunset. So we'll try to see nocturnal animals. Yesterday, we are quite lucky. We see some fox and baby caimans with their mothers. Hopefully, we have better luck this afternoon. After 3 hours car ride from Pocone, we are finally here. We are at Porto Jofre, one of the best places on earth to spot the elusive jaguar. We'll be staying here for 5 nights, maximizing our chance. Our lunch is about 10 minutes away at 12 p.m. Thereafter, our afternoon boat tour will start at 2 p.m. It will last about 3.5 hours till the sunset. Fingers crossed, hopefully we can see one jaguar later on. We are staying in this lodge called Pantanal Norte. According to our guide, this is one of the best lodge here. Our room is very basic. It comes with the bathroom and 3 beds, ample space and to put our bags. There's also clothing racks to put our clothes. So pretty basic. I'm looking forward to the food. Hopefully it's good. In our last resort, I find the food pretty salty. Scrambled egg, sausages, cheese puff, meat pastry. Now it's 2 p.m. We are walking towards the launch pad for the boat tour.
This is the Cuiabá River.
Oh.
Okay? So unless it's for everybody is the Cuiabá River. For everybody but the Google. Because if you look in Google, it will call it São Lourenço. But the real thing is the São Lourenço is a very smaller river. And nowadays the São Lourenço absolutely delivers in the Cuiabá. It makes more sense because all the way the big river is the Cuiabá.
We spotted our first jaguar chilling on a cliff. Then we saw some small hairy bats that kind of makes your hair stand. They are still here. Looking at the real jaguar we spotted about 2 hours ago. It's 5 a.m. now. We're going for breakfast. Then we'll set off our boat tour at 6 a.m. It's quite cold now. According to our guide yesterday, it's about 12 degrees Celsius. So he asked me if I have how to say thermal wear that I can wear, but I didn't bring any. So he will get us some blanket. Didn't know it'd be so cold. I thought it'd be a hot safari. Yeah, a bit underprepared. On our day 2 here, we have several good sightings of the jaguars, and in fact, we saw them swimming and crossing the river. Jaguar is known to be a very good swimmer among the big cats. Then we saw a bird catching a fish and torturing it. In fact, I saw its beak sort of piercing through the fish, but the fish is pretty much still alive. And I have to say, the wildlife here has very strong survival instinct. Then we ended off the morning by seeing an anaconda. Not really the whole anaconda, but just its body as it's passing through the bushes. So that's the morning. Then in the afternoon, we saw a jaguar called Patricia, which is blind in one eye. She's looking good and she was eating some leaves. Then I thought, is she so hungry that she has to eat some leaf, and is jaguar omnivorous? Then the guide explained that no, actually they eat leaf when they have really bad stomach. Then by eating that, it will cause them to vomit. So that makes sense. So at the river, wherever a boatman spots a jaguar, he must report it to other boatmen as well. This is a must. This is to maximize the viewing opportunities for all the guests in this region. So whenever I see my boatman racing through the river like F1 driver, I know a sighting has been reported. So in the afternoon, he raced through the river and we come to a point whereby we saw a jaguar feasting on a caiman, which is super huge, easily about at least 60 kilograms. But we saw that this jaguar has only 3 fangs. He lost 1 fang in the lower jaw. So it's kind of amazing that even with 3 fangs, he still can drag the caiman up from the beach to the bushes. And the caiman is still alive actually. So according to our guide, wherever the jaguar they hunt the caiman, they'll bite at the back. But it's not fatal enough to cause instant death. So the caiman can still run away if they can, but the jaguar will try to flip it over with the belly up and then start eating from the underside of the caiman. Here don't have the dust like Pocone, but it does have mosquitoes. Even though we are wearing long sleeves and long pants, the mosquitoes still can bite us. I got a few bites on my arms and legs, and the mosquito is super big. This big. On the 3rd day, we went really far out. It's about an hour on the boat. We saw one jaguar really far, then he walked into the forest. Thereafter, it's just a couple of birds, nothing much. Then we saw this very mean looking jaguar with a lot of scars on his face, and his face really very fierce. I call him the scar face, which is really like the bad guy in the Lion King movie, the bad uncle. Yeah, so we saw him. Then in the afternoon, we spotted a pair of giant otters here, really very big, easily about 1 to 1.5 meter. So they were swimming and catching fish. I didn't know giant otters can swim so fast. They are really very fast. So we followed them for about 20 minutes and we saw how they mark the territory. They will go up, urinate, and then mash the urine into the soil, the mud with their paws, and that's it. Then they will move on to another area. Very interesting. There's piranha in this Cuiabá river, and they usually hide under these water plants. It's like a safe haven for them. If you ever jump into this water, do not swim towards these water plants because the piranha will gonna get you. The jaguar here do hunt for caimans, and sometimes after a bite or two, the caiman manage to run away and into the water. Because they have this open wound flesh, it will attract piranha and piranha will attack them. So not too sure which one is the worst death for these caimans, by jaguar or piranha. Let me share with you more about this place. Porto Joffre and Pocone is part of Pantanal wetland. Pantanal is the world's largest tropical wetland, is teeming with wildlife here, and the best time to come is between May to October. Because when the rainy season comes in December to February, the place is closed down. The rain is very heavy. The boat can't go out to the river, and the jaguars wouldn't really want to come out to hunt. So the place is pretty quiet. So if you want to come here, come between May to October. Book early is a very, very peak season. According to the guide here, they are expecting more and more tourists. And he said that's the problem because there's no so-called regulations right now. So all the boats will crowd around the Jaguar. We are here for 4.5 days, so in total we will have 9 boat tour safari. Why 9? Because on the first day we arrive around noon, have our lunch, and we go out for the afternoon safari. And then subsequent for the 4 days is one in the morning and one in the afternoon. The morning one is quite long, about 5.5 hours, starting from 6 a.m. all the way to 11:30 a.m. And then the afternoon one is shorter, it's about 3.5 hours, starting from 2 p.m. They really have much more things to see in the morning. When the weather is cooler, I guess wildlife will come out uh more often. The jaguar will want to come out and hunt for the caimans. In the afternoon it's really, really hot. Like even I as a human being doesn't really want to move. Or there's a lot of mosquito here right now. Now it's sunset. Um so yeah, so I know why afternoon is shorter. And we have been very, very lucky so far. Oh my gosh, I just killed a mosquito. Okay, I better go in now. It's crazy. So I will continue this probably tomorrow when it's not sunset. On our fourth day, we saw Patricia again. Yes, the female jaguar with one eye blind. But this time round, we saw her with her 1-year-old cub called Bacala. It's kind of quite nice to see them having a bonding time together. And we saw Bacala has actually bite marks on his backside. Thankfully, he get away. So it's very hard to see cubs here because the female tend to hide them away. If the male jaguar sees cubs, they will try to eat it. It has happened before. They will kill it, eat it, so that the female are ready to mate again. So it's kind of difficult, and we are very lucky to spot one. And in the afternoon, we saw a young female jaguar, which is about 3 years old, on a hunting mode. So we saw her strolling, posturing on a hunting mode along the beach.
Then suddenly we saw her running up to the tree and then fell down. I didn't know what's going on, and I was puzzled why caiman go up all the way to the tree. So my guide said that actually there's a iguana at the top. So apparently this jaguar got distracted. She was actually stalking a caiman. And then she heard some noise, probably made by the iguana. So she ran up, and then but she missed the iguana. She fell down, and then the caiman got spooked and run away. So it was a failed attempt. Then after that, she was like going back and forth around the river channels, trying to find the next caiman, but no luck. So hopefully she got more experience from this and not going after iguana during hunting midway. Today is our fifth day here, and sadly it's our last day. We just finished our morning tour and we still didn't see any hunt, but we saw two male jaguar in close proximity from each other. So we first saw this male jaguar called Ovalo. He was strolling along the river, and then he settled down at the beach. Then our boatman spotted another jaguar called Bagua across the river. So we went over. So Bagua was inside the water as he was very annoyed by the horsefly. Okay, so he tried to get in the water. Hopefully the horsefly will leave him alone. I'm quite sure Ovalo knows Bagua was there because he kept looking towards our direction. So we stayed there trying to see what Bagua is trying to do. He just keeps staying in the water, not moving much. So probably about 15, 20 minutes, Ovalo swim across as well. Then he comes to our side, and then they were all within like I would say about 3 meters from each other. They were just looking at each other, probably checking each other out, but nothing happened. We are obviously hoping for some actions. But no, quite a gentleman. So after that, Ovalo left, and then Bagua also moved away thereafter. Nothing surprising, so that's the only exciting part about it. I'm just outside my room, and there's a capybara here. Super near. They have a lot of capybara. Let me show you. Just right in front of me. Now it's sunset, about 5:30, 5:40. So all of them are here feeding. I don't know whether they are residents or they are wildlife, but yeah, but it's a lot there. Let me show you. You see? All these are capybaras. And then there's this little baby capybara. But they are just grazing here, lazing around. Super chill, super chill.